Colleagues and students, when you read the papers and when you watch television, you become aware of some of the challenges facing our species now. A man called Moan in 1970 wrote that we are in a cultural revolution. There are wars everywhere. There is tension everywhere. There are challenges coming at us from the natural world and the social world. And he says we must now think very, very carefully about our future, to the extent that we must establish again what it means to be human and hold on to that. Now, Nelson Mandela has always known or understood what it means to be human. He's developed a sense of humanity which has the world in awe. And we South Africans have been hugely, hugely fortunate to have him as our leader, to show us the way with respect to that understanding of what it means to be human. And on the 18th of July in 2009, on his 91st birthday, we celebrated the first Nelson Mandela Day. And we did that in order to celebrate the important role this man has played in helping us to remain grounded. The United Nations followed suit, and in October of 2009, they declared an International Nelson Mandela Day. So what is the meaning of that day? And I read to you. Mandela Day is about creating a global movement for good, which recognizes, as Mr. Mandela does, the positive change that begins with small, selfless individual acts. Mandela Day serves as a catalyst for people around the world to realize that each and every one of them has the ability to change the world through small actions. In this way, then, Nelson Mandela preempts the work of Amartya Sen, who declared that you could spend a great deal of time searching for perfection. And because it's almost always outside of your reach, you become despondent, you despair, you give up, and you withdraw your own agency from the enterprise. Much better, he says, to look at the small things which can be realized quickly. And as a consequence of you are realizing those small things in collaboration and partnership with others, we then venture to tackle the next series of small things that can be realized easily. And incrementally then we change the world. We at UWC wish to celebrate Mandela Day 2011. But we want to go further than that. We want to celebrate the entire month as Mandela Month. And in that month, we begin to think about this man, think about his thoughts, think about his actions, and then ask ourselves what it is that we must be in order to emulate him. The slogan that we want to use is to say, think, act, initiate, change. Think, act, initiate, change. And if all of us throughout the month of July of the year 2011 consistently ask ourselves, with respect to every one of our actions, are we thinking? Are we acting correctly? Are we initiating? Is this for positive change? And if we do that consistently, I'm sure that the impact on this university will be tremendous. And if as a consequence of our beginning to develop this new consciousness about what it means to be human, how fragile we are with respect to that, and how we must work together to ensure that we do not lose sight of that and begin to react to one another in ways that are damaging and hurtful, then we will be a model for our province, we'll be a model for South Africa, and perhaps even a model for the world. Colleagues and students, I want to invite all our faculties, all our departments, all our schools and all our units to align their thinking and acting with the spirit of Nelson Mandela. And we're going to ask you if on that day, the 18th of July, we take at least 67 minutes of our time, of our life as it were, to think and act in the best possible way, to do something that is of some significance to the other. If we succeed in this year on our campus, and we celebrate this and we broadcast this, I'm sure that it will have an impact on our environment, and I'm sure that as a consequence of what we do here, South Africa and the world will be a better place. Thank you.